Hi, everyone. We're on day 10 of 40 Days of Hope, part 2. And I would like to talk about answered prayers and being back on track. It is difficult to be on track. Sometimes you get thrown off and you wonder how are you going to get back to it. But at the end of the day, we could choose I could stay off track or I could get myself back on track. Some things we can control, and there's other things that we cannot control. And as for prayers, a lot of my prayers have been answered. The prayers for the woman, the prayers for the places, the prayers for the um, the church, prayers for the protests. When I say the protests, I mean prayers about the protest. My prayers about the protests are being answered. And the prayers for Celebrate Recovery testimony training, the only answer I got from it was keep praying for it. And the prayers for fundraising, the answer I'm getting is keep praying for it, keep working on the things you're working on. Don't expect a fundraiser when you're not prepared. And I'll have to go through my stuff and see what it's going to take for me to be ready, and then think about what leads up to what to help me get ready for a fundraiser. Last minute fundraisers don't go very well, and they end up struggling with reputation. So it is important for me to think about what I can do. And prayers for my academic journey are actually answered. I asked a lot of people to pray for my academic journey because it's not just like I'm not stupid, but I overthink and I get lots of anxiety. So that's why I've been wanting lots of prayer for my academic journey and my academic success. But I could just be open and honest and admit to what specifically to pray for, like overcoming my anxiety, overcoming my what if I can't do this, overcoming the not being sure of things, and the overcoming my lack of social skills and lack of soft skills. Well, do I have soft skills? Well, I learn soft skills every day, to be honest. Some people have told me I don't have them, but I think I could get them. I just have to work on them and listen and see what they are. And if we know the details of the soft skills, it's not impossible to have them. So, one example of a soft skill that I've had to learn is the waiting for permission before running an event. I try to use it, but the problem is a lot of people keep me waiting too long. Well, I feel that they do, because what if God wants me to set up an event next month and he wants 300 people coming, but other people are not really sure about coming, so the people decide to postpone and put the event away and say, no, the event's not going to happen on that day. But what if God wants it on that day? So that's one of those hard things. I do acknowledge that a lot of people disobey God, but that's an example where people would judge me of not having soft skills. But it is a two-way street. Like, it is important to wait for permission, but it's also important to give permission. As for getting back on track, there's one of the things that helps with getting on track is you seek and then you'll find. You ask, this is talking about the biblical part of it. Uh, seek God's will and you'll find it. And pray and God will answer. And as he answers prayer, things work out. And speaking of, I do need to work on my faith. I need to work on getting back on track. And it's hard to get back on track when we get afraid of it. The academic journey, I think um my biggest anxieties with my academic journey would be, what if I'm not appreciated well? The biggest anxiety of me losing weight is, what type of actions would guys want to do to me? Are they going to be respectful or not respectful? And my mental health about my weight is difficult to explain. But that's why whenever I lose a little bit of weight, I feel like eating again. And I got attached to eating like carbs. But if I realize how heavy I am, the amount of weight I have, it could take at least a year. So therefore, the point is there's some things I'm following through well and other things need to be worked on. Lots of things need to be worked on. So another thing that needs to be worked on would be, like, one is losing weight, the other is believing that I could do my schoolwork and thinking about what needs to be done. Having a goal to increase my grades now that it's not as complicated as I thought. And the other one is getting a it going through my driver's handbook before actually practicing driving my car, since I have my driver's license. And the other one is find ways to explore my personal health and also finding ways to explore my spiritual health. If you have any more questions, you can post them in the comments and I'll see if I can answer your questions.